Hey, good morning. Say hi as you jump on. I'm really excited to jump on live. I also feel a bit nervous, which is kind of funny. I'm just going to shut my car off. And let me know once you're on here or do a hashtag replay. You know the drill. Those of you who don't know me or maybe you don't recognize me, I'm Eliza, creator and igniter of BOSSWOMAN. I'll put it in that way. So I wanted to do a topic today on why on earth would you want to be a ranga? Why on earth would you want to be a ranga? And also why it is sometimes hard not to give a fuck. And I want to run through this. Hey, Em. So say hi as you jump on. Let me know that you're here. And I would love your input as we go along. So I've got a couple of things for you. So the first thing is, why on earth would I want to be a ranga? Well, because I fucking love the color and I love being a ranga. And in fact, my very first crush was a ranga. Colin. He's not on Facebook, so he'll never see this. But those of you who went to school with me will know exactly who he is. And yeah, just because, right? Because I love it. I like it. I think it's beautiful. I think it suits me. It creates a feeling inside of me that is like alive, like, yes. And I describe it like if I was standing up because I'm in my car, it's like this, oh, like pussy power it creates. Yeah, it gets my creative juices flowing. It's a little bit out there, outrageous, a little bit wild. And I love that. And I am like that. That is my energy. And if you guys know me, you know that I love to like live life a bit on the edge. Instead of dipping my toe, I like to jump right in. It's me. Yeah. And that's part of who I am. So I really don't give a fuck if you like my hair or not, right? But I do want to talk to you about a time when I did care and what it actually taught me. Welcome to the Ranga Club. You know I love the Ranga Club, right? So I want to talk to you about a couple of things, right? Because sometimes it's actually hard not to give a fuck. And I was in a situation last year where that was really hard. And I want to talk to you about it. Because I feel like it'll be really enlightening for you. And also this will hopefully resonate with you in some area of your life where you really feel that something you wear, do, how you are, your personality, the person that you are, that brings you that energy, that helps you feel alive, that, you know, cultivates that pussy or, you know, ball power for you, whatever that looks like, right? Whatever that looks like. And it doesn't even matter what it looks like. It's the feeling that it creates for you, not anybody else, right? So if you can resonate that somewhere in your life where maybe you squish that down or you play it down, or maybe you hide it away, or maybe you deny yourself of it, or you feel like maybe like you really want to, but you feel like maybe you shouldn't, or you don't want to get judged, or you don't want people to, you know, push their opinions on you, whatever that might be, right? So I want you to think about somewhere in your life where you're not doing something to the fullest expression of yourself because you're worried about what other people might think or you've been triggered by it in the past. And my beautiful little niece, Imogen, which you would have seen like on my stories and feed, like I love my nieces, I'm obsessed. I rang her yesterday and she was like, oh, who are you? And she's being funny, yeah? She's being funny. And she's like, who are you? And I was like, oh, I'm your auntie, BOSSWOMAN. She's like, you don't look the same. I like your hair the other way. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I really like it this way. So I'll keep it this way. And she's like, it's orange. Why did you get it orange? And I was like, because I like it, right? And it was this like beautiful conversation. Obviously, she's a child and she's innocent and she's just voicing her opinion. Yeah. And this is totally relatable because yes, we are adults. But a lot of when we walk around and we are triggered by things, or when we're forcing our opinion on others, it's coming from a place of our inner child, not actually us being an adult, right? Because who are you to dictate to anyone in your, like anyone, even if it's somebody close to you in your life, what they should or shouldn't do with their body, what they should or shouldn't do with their hair, in my case, what they should or shouldn't do with their money, their business, their life, the people they date, their selection of gender of people that they date. It is actually none of your business, right? But sometimes people feel like they have a right to share their opinion on what they think about you, whether or not you ask for it. So I want to talk to you about an event that happened last year, when I was like in the Ranga Club then. So I went out of Ranga Club, and looking back, I can sort of see how it definitely was affected. I was affected by it then. And this is why I want to share this with you, right? So, yeah, this event. And it was last year, and I'd had my hair this color, and mind you, I'd been in the sun and it was faded and it was due to be done again, right? So it was a bit more yellow, brassy color. And these people had had a couple of drinks. So they felt the need without me asking for an opinion. So I went there feeling sexy as fuck, confident, like loving my hair, like, and also, you know, it was this color and I was wearing like a green top. So it was kind of like, you know, it was around festive season, and I felt great. Yeah. And, you know, just there doing my thing, minding my own business. And someone felt the need to ask me the question, why the hell would you want to be a ranga? And I was like, huh? And also as well, it came out of nowhere. So I don't know, I was kind of a bit taken back, and I'm like, oh, okay. And almost like, I don't want to justify myself. I don't need to justify myself, but I actually feel like I need to, right? And this is really interesting and something that I want to talk about when we get triggered, and sometimes where it's hard not to give a fuck what people think. When you're in a situation or you're in a place where you're with people, but you can't actually, like, yeah, sure, you can walk out of that place, but then it's also depending on the event sometimes, like why you're there, who it is that you're with, and sure, while you can leave, and I'm not going to go into the details of this event because there's no need to, and I don't need to call anyone out on it or anything, because it's not about that. It's actually about the lessons that I learned, and also just to help you to understand that just because, you know, there's so much people are just like, don't, stop giving a fuck, don't give a fuck, don't blah, blah, blah. It's okay when you do give a fuck, right? It is also okay on both sides. So I just want to go back to the story. Sorry, I'm derailing a little bit. So I want to go back to the story, right? So I'm kind of like just processing that. I was okay at the time, and then I was just like, yeah, well, because I like it and I want it, right? But then also there was another person that came over that decided to join the Let's Pick on the Ranga Club. And that's when things started to get a bit interesting for me, because I was like, oh, I feel like I've been pushed into a fucking corner on a choice that I made that is absolutely none of anybody else's business, but they're feeling like they want to give me their opinion. In a situation like that, somebody who I teach mindset, right? Oh, I'm just going to bring up, oh yeah, okay. Sorry, my phone must be a bit hot, so it's faded. Haha, get it? Ranga, hot, fiery, yeah. If it cuts out, I will jump back on and do this again, because I feel like it's an important topic. So at that time, I really felt like I was, you know, pushed into a corner, right? And I'm just kind of like, all right, like, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, what the fuck is happening right now, and what is going on, and why is this anyone's business? Like, all these things are going on in my head. And I wanted to share this with you guys, right? Because this happens all the time, and not necessarily just on hair, but like, people share their opinion all the time. And if you're triggered, yes, there could be some work for you to do there as to why you're triggered. But sometimes when you're in those situations and it's brought upon you and you're not even prepared for it, you're just kind of like, what the hell? Right? And maybe leaving that room or event or something. In my case, it was very challenging to leave that event. Like it would have created a lot. Yeah. So I was just like, okay, well, because I like it. And then I felt like I started defending myself. And then I was sort of getting annoyed that I was defending myself, because why the fuck am I defending myself if I fucking like it? Right? So like while all this is happening, yeah, I also like that kind of it started to get inside of me. Right? And I started to feel affected by it. When you are pushed into a corner and people are coming at you, the only thing sometimes that people want to do is, right, we shy away from it, or we try and retract. It might get in, maybe it triggers us and it, kicks something emotional, which it did, definitely caught me off guard, and especially at an event, which I didn't think that would happen, and it did. So I was just kind of like, fuck, all right, let's deal with this. But also in the past, by nature, I've always been a reactive person. I talk about this a lot. Sometimes the only option is to come out swinging. When you pin people in a corner, it's like being in a boxing ring, right? Someone's like, oh my God, this, that, this, that, this. And a lot of us had this happen to us in our childhood, right? Where we were picked on for particular things. Like I was picked on for being hairy as a child. And I grew up just like no hair below my eyebrows. Is pretty much like how it was. It was like anytime I had hair on my arms, anytime like and that lasted quite a while. That's what I was picked on as a child, and often this is when it happens, but it's all innocent, and then we make it mean something unless we actually work on it and clear it and start to fully embrace it, embody it, and really not care, right? But that doesn't mean that you won't ever be triggered again. So something when I first started learning about being triggered and learning how it could actually help me was thinking that I could get to a place where I would never be triggered again, which is absolutely incorrect, because you're going to be triggered for your whole life. And in fact, being triggered teaches you so much about yourself. And I teach a lot about this in my mastermind. So like, just hit me up if you want some videos on it. I actually have a bunch of videos that I'll send to you. I've got, I'm putting together they're great videos, so I'm just putting it together. I'll let you know about it. Anyway, back to my story. So, when you're pushed into a corner, you just come out swinging, a lot of people, and that's how we learn to deal with that. So people start to be judgmental, and we come back and we start swinging at them as well, instead of just letting it be, walking away. Oh, that was my spiritual healer. She just sent me a message. The timing. So we can sort of let that be, walk away, which essentially is exactly what I did, was walk away. However, I was left with feelings to then go, investigate, be curious about, and integrate them. But what I noticed was the next time I went to the hairdressers, I went a shade darker, and it didn't really click to me until I was at the hairdressers yesterday. And I was like, I really freaking regretted going a shade darker. And I think back now, and the only reason that I think back is because I'm like, oh God, like I really did take that on board and see it with a different perception, taking it on from someone else, right? And it was just really interesting, and something that I really feel called and feel it's important to share, right? So the other thing I want to say about this too is that when you're not being fully yourself, when you're not being your fullest expression, when you're not cultivating that feeling, you're actually dulling your light or dimming yourself to cater for the people around you. Yeah? And the thing is, you're never going to please everyone, and everyone is always going to have a different opinion. And this is something that we can all learn for our own selves as well, around actually giving your own opinion. So where is it? And I'm just going to open that. I need to breathe. Oh, it's getting warm in Melbourne. It's beautiful. So, you know, where in your life do you maybe voice your opinion without it being asked for? And where are you pushing your beliefs, you know, beliefs, opinions, what you think on other people when they're not actually asking you for it? Or where in your life do you have people do that to you? And what is it that you can learn from it? Because it's not about stopping the person from doing it, right? It literally, hey, Papa Manu. It's not about stopping the other people from having their opinions. They can have their opinions, they can voice their opinions, and they can do whatever it is that they want, right? It is actually how you choose to respond or react to it. And what you do with that information. Yeah. So, you know, when you look back at the event that I just spoke to you about, right? You know, I could really stand in that fullest expression of self, or it got into me a little bit and I sort of sunk into it. And I sort of shied away from that part, as opposed to actually just stepping more and more into that fullest expression of self. And, you know, a lot of people talk about, you know, living your truth, speaking your truth, living on purpose, being in alignment, being your fullest expression of self. Like, it's so fucking easy, right? So, you know, just do it. But actually, there is so much that comes between where you are now and where it is that you, I guess, when you are living in your fullest expression of self. And it does require inner work, and it does require looking in the mirror. Getting triggered is also really important. Hey, Michael. Yes, I know. So that's exactly what the video is about. Why wouldn't you want to be ranga? Exactly. So, yeah, all of that is important. But I guess I really want to share this experience. I also want to show off my hair. And I also just wanted to remind you that being your fullest, it is hard to be something that you're not, right? It is more exhausting trying to be something that you're not than just simply being who you are. But we have been conditioned our whole life of what is right and wrong, what is good and bad. Like, I mean, if I think about it in the business coaching realm, like, I've been taught, how do you launch a program? How do you make 100K? Well, yeah, I've made 100K. I did it the exact oh, it nearly cut out. I did it the exact opposite way that I was taught to do it, right? Because there's 1,000,001 ways to do things, right? And why on earth would you want to be the same as every other mofo on the planet? Why wouldn't you want to stand out? Why wouldn't you want to be your unique self? Why wouldn't you want to bring your gifts out to the world? Why wouldn't you want to be your quirky, weird, I don't know, left of center, too much? I quite often get told, you know, TMI, Eliza, TMI, like too much information. Well, yeah, for you, but not for me. And I'm okay with that. And it's what you're okay with as opposed to what you're not okay with, right? And you can feel this. You can feel this. You feel when something is amazing. You feel when something isn't. And it's about really tuning into that, right? And the more practice you get with that, the more you can learn and get better at not giving a fuck what other people think. But that's not to say that it is easy and not challenging for you to get to that place or even remain in that place. I don't believe you can. I don't believe that you can remain in that place. The universe is telling me to get off the phone. Because it keeps pausing. I don't believe that you can remain in that place 110% of the time. And also, why would you? Because you potentially would stop learning from that place as well. So that's my little input. I would love to hear from you guys. I'm going to go through and respond to the comments because I've seen there's heaps that come through, but I really just want to get my message out. And often my lives go for like 20 minutes longer than they should because I bloody respond to everyone on the spot as opposed to responding back when I wanted to. So I'm just going to pick up the BOSSWOMAN clothing order. So excited. Yes. And yeah, I will see you guys really soon. I would love it if you would tag some rangas in my video. I would love it. And anyone else that you feel would get some goodness from this video, that would be really amazing. Also, like, I've got a free Facebook group and a mastermind. If you guys are interested in more videos, just reach out and I'll chat to you guys real soon. Bye.